Do you know why your brain rejects wealth? See how you can fix it. Do you think you want wealth? Your brain thinks otherwise, and until you fix this one thing, it will sabotage every financial breakthrough you attempt. Quick montage of people staring at bills, online shopping carts glowing, financial dashboards with red warning signs. Narration. For most people, it's not about lack of intelligence, opportunity, or even hard work. It's about a brain wired for scarcity. But there's good news, you can rewire it. The scarcity neural loop, why your brain rejects wealth. Picture this. You're at the grocery store, looking at two options, premium, healthy produce or the cheaper, instant noodles. You earn enough to afford either, but your hand reaches for the cheaper one. Again. You tell yourself it's being smart, but deep down, there's a voice whispering, what if there's not enough tomorrow? That voice is the scarcity neural loop. 1. What is the scarcity neural loop? The scarcity neural loop is a repetitive neurological pattern where perceived lack, amygdala activation, your brain interprets financial uncertainty as a threat, emotional fear, dopamine rush, seeking. To escape fear, you chase quick rewards, spending, impulse buying, short-term relief, long-term regret. Regret fuels more fear, restarting the loop. This loop wires itself so deeply that even with more money, you still feel unsafe. For example, David, earning $120,000 a year, still feels broke. Why? Every payday triggers stress. What if I can't keep this job? What if prices go up? That fear activates his amygdala, the brain's alarm bell. To silence it, he seeks quick dopamine, late-night online shopping, eating out daily. Later, regret sets in when bills pile up. The brain now associates money with pain, repeating the loop. 2. The brain regions behind the loop. Amygdala, the alarm bell, role, detects danger and initiates fight or flight. Scarcity effect, treats financial uncertainty like physical danger, flooding the body with stress hormones. Outcome, spend now, worry later, behaviors. Limbic system, dopamine addiction, role, generates emotional drives and rewards. Scarcity effect, hyperfocuses on immediate pleasure, shopping, entertainment to escape fear. Outcome, saving feels boring or even unsafe because it offers no immediate dopamine spike. Prefrontal cortex, the planner, but weakened. Role, handles logic, planning, and long-term decision-making. Scarcity effect, stress hormones weaken it, making it harder to think rationally. Outcome, logical financial plans collapse under emotional urgency. Real neuroscience data. People with early financial trauma show 20 to 30% weaker connectivity between their prefrontal cortex and limbic system. Source: Cognitive Neuroscience Studies. This means even high-income earners repeat scarcity-driven habits because their brain literally defaults to survival behavior. 3. The loop's emotional toll. Chronic anxiety. Always feeling like the next crisis is around the corner. Impulse spending, quick purchases for emotional relief, leading to long-term regret. Wealth blindness. Even when opportunities for investing or growth appear, the brain doesn't trust them. What if I lose it all? Your brain is running Windows 95 in an iPhone world, built for survival, not for abundance. And that ancient code is hijacking your financial future. 4. Breaking the scarcity neural loop. Step 1. Awareness and naming the loop. Journal your financial triggers. When do you feel unsafe? What emotions arise before spending? Awareness reduces amygdala reactivity by up to 33% according to mindfulness research. Step 2. Dopamine rewiring. delay and replace. Delay rule. Wait 24 hours before any non-essential purchase. Replace trigger. Instead of impulse shopping, take a walk, meditate, or visualize future goals. Step 3. Prefrontal priming. Future vision. Daily 5-minute visualization of your wealthy, secure future. This strengthens neural pathways for long-term thinking and patience. Step 4. AI as ally. Use AI tools to block scarcity ads, apps that block limited-time marketing triggers, automate savings, remove decision fatigue. Money moves directly into investments before you can react emotionally. Outcome. When loop is broken. People who implement these strategies consistently show higher savings rates, reduced anxiety, and improved decision-making. For example, David now uses auto investment apps and visualizes his future each morning. 1 year later, he has an emergency fund, investments, and most importantly, peace of mind. But here's the twist. Most people never break free because they don't even know this loop exists. And if you don't rewrite it, you could earn millions and still feel broke. So how do you escape? Permanently. Let's dig deeper. Part 1, David's story. The scarcity struggle. Soft but tense music plays, showing city lights at night from a high-rise window. A digital clock on a nightstand shows 11:47 p.m. David, 36, a software engineer, sits hunched over his laptop. He's wearing headphones, a hoodie, and an expression that says, "I'm tired, but I can't stop."
Meet David. I am 36 years old. I am a software engineer. $120,000 a year salary. From the outside, David looks successful. His friends envy his job, his apartment, his lifestyle. But there's something you can't see on Instagram posts and LinkedIn updates. David feels broke. The money struggle. A paycheck notification pops up on his phone. $5,600 deposited. His eyes light up. It should feel like relief, right? But in just 3 days, half of it is gone. Rent, car payment, credit cards, that one-night dinner he barely remembers. David scrolling late-night shopping apps. A flash sale banner glows, ends in 1 hour, 40% off. He hesitates for 3 seconds, then taps, buy now. Every month, the same story. Paycheck in, paycheck out. No emergency fund, no investments, just survival on repeat. David stares at his bank app. Balance, $82.46, and payday is still 9 days away. He rubs his face, mutters, "Why does this keep happening? I make 6 figures. I should be okay." If you've ever asked yourself, "Why do I keep doing this? Why can't I break free?" you are not alone. David's story isn't unique. It's the modern financial trap millions are living in. The childhood memory flashes, David's mum crying at the kitchen table over overdue bills. A younger David, maybe 10 years old, hears her say, "We'll figure it out, somehow." David grew up in a home where money was always scarce. That feeling of uncertainty, of panic, didn't disappear when his income grew. In fact, it grew with him, silently shaping every decision. Back to the present day, David closes his laptop but can't sleep. His phone dings, another limited time offer, notification. He sighs, then clicks. David isn't reckless. David isn't lazy. David's brain is wired for scarcity. If this feels familiar, this story is yours too. Neuroscience of scarcity. Imagine you've just received your paycheck. It should feel like relief, right? But instead you feel a subtle anxiety, an urgency to spend before the money even settles in your account. This isn't a lack of discipline, it's your brain in survival mode. 1. The amygdala, your brain's fear center. The role of amygdala. The amygdala scans for threats, activating fight or flight responses. When finances feel uncertain, Your brain treats an unpaid bill or a low balance alert the same way it would treat a lion in ancient times. The impact. You experience rapid heartbeat, irrational urgency. I need to pay this now, no matter what. Panic-driven decisions like cashing out investments prematurely or impulse spending because tomorrow is uncertain anyway. For instance, let's look at Jamal's story. He grew up in poverty. Even when he started earning $90,000 a year, any unexpected expense, a car repair, a medical bill, triggered the same panic he felt as a kid, watching his parents choose between food and rent. As a result, he hoarded cash, avoided investing, and spent impulsively because his brain associated holding money with danger. It might disappear. 2. The limbic system, dopamine and instant gratification. The role is that it processes emotions and rewards. Effect in finances. It gives you a dopamine hit when you buy something now versus a delayed, smaller dopamine release when you save or invest. Why? Your brain evolved to value immediate rewards, food, shelter, safety, because for most of human history, tomorrow wasn't guaranteed. For example, in Maria's case, she plans to save $300 a month, but sees a limited time offer for a $280 designer bag. She buys it feeling elated, but by month's end she's stressed. What happened neurologically? That purchase triggered dopamine, temporarily suppressing stress signals in the brain, creating the illusion of control, while delaying gratification felt boring to her limbic system. 3rd, the prefrontal cortex, long-term planner, under stress. What is the role of the prefrontal cortex? The roles are decision-making, self-control, and future planning. What is the problem it can cause? The challenge is that the stress hormones, cortisol, weaken its influence, letting the emotional limbic system dominate. The effects of this is that, even though you know saving is smarter, it will literally compel you to feel spending or avoid future planning. Here's Devon. He makes $120,000 a year. Every time he tries to create a budget, he feels mental exhaustion. He defaults to buying takeout instead of cooking, avoids checking his 401k, and rationalizes it as self-care. In reality, his stressed prefrontal cortex is shutting down decision-making, letting impulse take over. Professionally, the part of the prana, the impotence of instances, and allowed you to be support to the area arrive. Under the Andresamy Frenchen, financial trauma that changes your brain. Findings have shown that people with early financial trauma, that example growing up in poverty, show 20 to 30% lower connectivity between the prefrontal cortex and limbic system. This means that their brains literally struggle to balance emotional impulse, limbic, with rational planning, prefixal. And the consequence is that even when income rises, they still behave as if they are financially unsafe, because the brain keeps prioritizing survival signals over long-term growth. Ancient brain and modern world. Your brain is an ancient alarm system built for surviving wild predators, not Wall Street. It treats financial uncertainty like famine, triggering spending or hoarding behaviors that made sense 10,000 years ago, but sabotage your financial life today. And this is why, even when you earn more, get promotions, or even land six-figure jobs, you might still feel like it's never enough. It's not a mindset problem, it's a wiring problem. But the wiring can be changed. How does AI exploit scarcity? The personalized AI marketing, which is only 3 left, banners, push notifications, time to boredom spikes, AI analyzing micro-expressions for impulse buy predictions. AI-driven scarcity marketing boosts conversion by 38%. This is what happened to David at 10:30 p.m. when he was tired after work, only for him to get flash sale ending in 1 hour notification, which leads to dopamine spike that results in instant buy. This isn't accidental. Your brain is being studied, hacked, for profit. The scarcity neural loop cycle. Cycle steps. Scarcity trigger. Fear of missing out. Immediate purchase. Temporary dopamine high. Short-lived satisfaction. Post-spend regret. Heightened stress. Triggers cycle again. If you've ever felt trapped in this loop, it's not your fault. It's neuroscience working against you. However, how can I break the scarcity loop? 1. Reframe abundance. Visualization practice. Daily 5-minute future self exercise. Brain impact is that it strengthens prefrontal cortex networks, reducing amygdala overactivation. David imagines himself debt-free with $50,000 invested. Calmer decisions in real life. 2. Neuroplastic journaling practice. Daily 3 wins journal. Brain rewires from I don't have enough to I already have resources. Brain impact increases default mode network positive activity, shifting focus from threat to gratitude. 3. AI tools for good. The tools called automatic savings apps and AI-driven robo-advisors were used by David, which made him automate $500 monthly emergency fund plus investments after 1 year. And the outcome is that David no longer reacts to every sale notification. He invests automatically and sleeps better. Let's take a deep reflection. Scarcity isn't in your wallet, it's in your neural wiring. And once you rewire it, every decision changes. What you buy, how you save, how you invest, even how you think about the future. Subscribe to NeuroGold. Share your story of breaking scarcity below. We respond to every comment. Your brain already holds abundance. Now it's time to unlock it. Thanks for watching.